Tell others to love and obey Jesus. Let me begin the insight through an illustration. A witness is called into a court. They saw everything, the accident, the crime, the moment of truth, and the judge calls their name. They stand up, ready to speak, but when it's their turn, they remain silent. What good is a witness who doesn't testify? God says in Isaiah 43 verse 10, "You are my witnesses." That means every Christian is called to testify of Jesus. But here's the reality. Many of us are quiet witnesses. We love Jesus in our hearts, but we rarely speak about Him with others. Ellen White wrote, "Satan is constantly alluring away from faithfulness and thoroughness in the essential works of preparedness for the great event that will try every person's soul." The problem is clear. We are called to be witnesses, but often we are silent, and the silent witness is no witness at all. Why aren't we witnessing? Why is this? Why do Christians who know the most glorious news in the universe sometimes keep it to themselves? There are three barriers keep us from witnessing. One, fear. We feel inadequate. We think, I don't know enough Bible verses. What if they ask me a hard question? A man once said, I cannot witness because I don't know theology. And his friend replied, you don't need to know Greek or Hebrew. Just tell people what Jesus has done for you. And the second one is misunderstanding, obedience. Some think God's commandments are a burden. They fear telling others about obedience will push them away. But obedience is not chains, it's freedom. Number three is distraction. The enemy keeps us busy, preoccupied, and silent. Ellen White said, the heavenly angels are at work constantly to draw human beings, that they may, in viewing the perfection of Christ, be impressed with the imperfections of their own characters. But instead of looking to Jesus, many are distracted by the world. So here we are, called to be witnesses, but hindered by fear, misunderstanding, and distraction. So the answer is not found in trying harder. It is found in beholding Jesus. In 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18 says, but we all with unveiled face beholding as a mirror to the glory of the Lord are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. Ellen White writes, talk as Christ talked, work as Christ worked. We must look at Christ and live. Catching sight of His loveliness, we long to practice the virtues and righteousness of Christ. Here's the clue. When we behold Jesus, we are changed. When we are changed, we cannot help but tell others. Witnessing is not a burden, but an overflow of love. 3 ways to witness. Point number 1, we witness by our transformation. Witnessing begins inside. Time with Jesus fills us with His peace and joy. We naturally shine out and the people notice the difference. Patience in trials, kindness in words, and love in action. Jesus said, by this all we know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. John 13:5. Like Moses, whose face shone after meeting with God, our lives reflect Christ when we have been in His presence. Number 2, we witness by our obedience. Obedience is not slavery, it's freedom. In Psalms 19 verse 11, in keeping of them there is a great reward. Ellen White wrote, in keeping the commandments of God, we are not bought into servile bondage, but are made through the blood of Jesus Christ. Just like a train is free only when it runs on its tracks. In the same way, we are truly free when we live within God's loving commandments. Number 3, we witness by our invitation. Revelation 22:17, the Spirit and the bride say, come, let him who hears say, come. Our role is not to force, but to invite. Ellen White says, tell it to others with pen and voice, with piety, with humility, with love, representing the character of Christ. Just like the woman at the well didn't have all the answers. She just said, come and see a man. Her simple invitation brought many to Jesus Christ. So the call to action tonight, this morning, imagine if every Christian here today live as a witness. Your family would see Christ in you. Your workplace would be touched by your testimony. Your neighborhood would be reached by love and truth. So friends, witnessing is not optional. It's our identity. God says, you are my witnesses. Christ is preparing a people for his soon return. The question is, will you be part of his witness team? In conclusion, just picture this. You're standing by the river of life in a New Jerusalem. Someone approaches you and says, thank you for telling me about Jesus. If it wasn't for your witness, I wouldn't be here. What greater joy could there be? So today, will you commit to beholding Christ daily, living in obedience joyfully, inviting others lovingly? You are his witness. Go and tell others to love and obey Jesus.